Hey guys, let us start with determinants of supply today. This is lecture 2 of supply analysis. Determinants means the factors which decide or upon which the supply of a commodity depends. So let us learn the determinants one by one. Point number 1, price of a commodity. See, this is very first and foremost very important determinant of supply. Price is an important factor influencing the supply of any commodity. See, normally what happens, as I told you in the first lecture, whenever we are studying the chapter supply, you consider yourself as seller for better understanding of the chapter. Now suppose you are a seller. So what happens is at higher price you will find more profit, and at lower price your profit will be less, and hence more quantities are supplied at a higher price considering more profit, and lesser quantities are supplied at a lower price. So high price higher supply, less price lower supply. That means price and supply both move in the same direction. I have written on the board also with the right mark, with the red marker pen. So there is a direct relation between price and supply. We call it direct relation because both the variables move in the same direction. That means price up, supply up, price down, supply down. So both of them go in the same direction, and hence it is called direct relationship. I hope you got the point. Point number 2, state of technology. That means whatever technology is used for the production process, if that technology improves, if there is technological advancement, then certainly the cost of production reduces, and if the cost of production reduces, then but natural profit margin will rise. So with the risen profit margin, with the additional profit, certainly the seller tries to supply more. So with the technological improvement, there will be increased production and supply. I have shown with the help of arrow. Instead of writing the full spellings and all, I am showing arrow, increased supply. Okay. Now point number 3, cost of production. That means whatever is the actual expenditure involved in producing a product, that is called cost of production. I hope you know about the factors of production. So if the factor prices rises, in short I am telling about factors. Factor of production means the main basic factors are land, labor, capital, enterprise, which is required for producing any product or commodity. So if the factor price rises, any of these, supposing labor demanding higher wages, for land we have to pay more rent, for capital we have to pay higher interest, likewise any factor price rise, then but natural it will result in the increased cost of production. Cost of production will also increase, as I have shown with the help of arrow on the board. So with the increased cost of production, but natural, the supply margin will reduce. Since the cost rises, the supply margin will reduce, and hence it will affect the supply adversely. The supply will decrease. So I repeat, if factor prices rises, cost of production also rise, and as a result supply will decrease because the profit margin reduces. Moving on to point number 4, infrastructural facilities. See, what are these infrastructural facilities? Infrastructure means basic facilities like water facilities, electricity facilities, transportation facilities, communication facilities. If these infrastructural facilities are good enough nearby the industry area, connecting the industry area, connecting the production plant, then it will support the production and supply will thereby increase. Now how it will support the production, I will explain with the help of simple example. Now wherever our production plant is situated, supposing the roads are not good, then but natural the carrying of raw material from the production place, receiving the raw material at the production place, it will take too much time. I hope you understand. The connectivity is very important. Similarly, the power facilities, that means electricity, the communication facility. If these facilities are good enough, then the production process will take lesser time, and certainly there will be more efficiency in the production. Thereby it will support the production and hence supply will increase, and vice versa, other way around. If these facilities are not well developed, if the roads are not well connected, no good communication network, no good electricity, then in that case production will suffer, and if the production suffers, supply will be less. This is how the infrastructural facilities influence the supply of a commodity. Coming to the next point, point number 5, government policy. Government policies like taxation, subsidies, then policies in connection with industrial products, industrial policies. These policies also have great influence on the supply of a product. If these policies are in favor of a product, then they will encourage the supply. And if these policies are against the product, that means not that much in the favor of the product, if they are unfavorable for the product, then it will discourage the supply. For example, if for a particular product the government levies a higher taxation level, that means the producer has to pay higher tax. In that case, the producer will shift his production from that particular product X to the to the production of another product. Why? Because he has to pay heavy tax on the production of this particular product. So this is how the taxation policies, the subsidies, even what happens is, for producing or for encouraging the production of a particular product, what government does is government announce use subsidies for the production of particular, say agriculture product is there and there is less production, it is necessary item agricultural production, then in that case government announce use subsidies to the farmers whoever will produce that particular crop. So thus, government policies, the favorable policies will encourage the production and supply, and the unfavorable policies will discourage the production and supply. I hope you got the point. You need not mention examples. I just like that explained you in great detail with the examples for better understanding. That's it. Next point, point number 6, natural conditions. This factor mainly affects agricultural products. For example, if there is good monsoon and favorable climatic conditions, then there will be good harvest, and as a result of good harvest, the supply of agricultural products will increase. And vice versa, if there is not good monsoon, supposing there are drought conditions, even in case of famines, in that case the agricultural products will suffer. There will be decreased supply because there will be loss of crops also, and in that case the supply will decrease. This is how the natural conditions mainly affect the agricultural products. Now we will move on to next point. Point number 7, future expectation about price. Now see, it's a very common point. As a seller, just think that if the prices are expected to rise in future, suppose we feel that a price of a particular product is going to rise in future, then as a seller what we will do is we will withhold the stock at present, we will not sell it, and hence the supply at present will be adversely affected. That means it will reduce the supply. So let us put it in simple words. If the prices are expected to rise in near future, the producer may withhold the stock in anticipation of increased profit in future, of course, and it will reduce current supply in the market. That's it. Coming to the last point, point number 8, other factors. Now in this, we'll just mention the name of the other factors and we will conclude the answer. It includes nature of the market, relative prices of other goods, exports and imports, industrial relations, availability of factors of production. Here no need to mention all the factors. You may just mention some 2-3 factors and it will do. Supposing exports and imports policies are in favor of a product, or industrial relations are good, availability of factors of production is good, then in that case, if these above factors are favorable, supply will be more and vice versa. If the factors are not in favor, then it will affect the supply and supply will be less. That's it for today. So today we learned determinants of supply. Today's lecture is over. If you understood this, if you feel it's useful, then do like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.